Hello snake friends, on today's classic ball python morphs I'm gonna show you a pastel Spotnose. I'm gonna skip the story of the pastel and I'm just gonna resume the information that I have from World of Ball Pythons. The Spotnose morph was first proven genetically by Vida Preciosa International, also known as VPI for short. That's Mr. Dave Barker and Mrs. Tracy Barker. In 2005 they figured out that this fancy normal with brighter tones and a very characteristic head stamp was a single incomplete dominant morph on its own. And the Spotnose, as you know, when mixed in the right combination, it makes great combos. Alright, let's check my beauty. So here we have my recent hatchling. This is a pastel jungle Spotnose or pastel Spotnose. Let's ignore the fact that she is possibly 66% head clone. I'll just check the tail. Yep, she has that marking I've been talking about and the bright tip. The colors on her and the pattern, they scream pastel, but it's not your common pastel. As you can see by the head stamp, she is phenomenal. So this is the double combo pastel and Spotnose. So what I observe here, it's the alien heads that they are characterized by the well, we have a cool one here with the two eyes and saying, oh, nice, pretty cool alien head. So the alien heads are pretty well formed. Sometimes they get a little bit funky, the pattern gets a little bit disrupted, but they are bright yellow. We are filming this after the first shed, and she ate a mouse earlier today, and I can see the brightening up, the influence of Spotnose brightening up the ridge of the snake. And we have some pastel influence with the blushing here and there on the spine. She has also a pretty cool blushing on the sides. Well, she's acting as a ball python, not being very cooperative. She's a bit shy, but you can see that there is blushing, bit of blushing coming from the side. Now, the alien heads are characterized by a fairly decent contrast between the yellow on the alien head and the dark black on the side, on the dark pattern here. So the pastel, you know, it's a light colored morph, and the Spotnose as well, it brightens it up. And as we can see, it's a slightly brighter pastel or a slightly yellower Spotnose. One thing I notice compared to the pastel that you can probably see on the other video of the clutch is that the influence of Spotnose on the keyholes, it has how do you say it? Not big keyholes, but dark keyholes, and they are there for sure. They are not small keyholes. They are, you can see them. They're big. Okay, big keyholes. Regarding the belly, it's a fairly clear belly. Come on. And it has these markings on the side. You see a little bit of these dark bits of pattern trying to break through from the belly. There's a little bit here, as you can observe, but overall it's a yellow and black snake. Now, another very interesting thing is the head. She has a very, very pretty head. It's very blushed, very bright. You don't see the Spotnose mark on this specimen here very well, that characteristic Spotnose mark, but there is a bit of dark dots on the center, and the line here on the top of the eye stripe, it's not a straight line. It kind of makes these little dots. Let's see on this side, it's kind of dotted. It's a bit irregular, so that's characteristic of the pastel Spotnose. And the bright eye stripe. It's really bright, almost whitish, few tones of yellow, and she has a fairly wide eye stripe. These balloons, the black balloons towards the back, and I think it's pretty cool. She has bright lips and these little dots on the nose. Well, there's the name Spotnose, and we have already analyzed the head stamp. It's pretty cool. As you can see, there's not much to say. Greenish eyes. I don't know if she will be a holdback or not. I'll decide later. But just for the video of classic ball python morphs, as you can see, the orange is a bit brighter. It's more yellowish, and the blacks are fairly dark. So there's a pretty good contrast. You see the influence of each morph, as we said, blushing from pastel, these bits of irregularities here and there on the pattern, and she's pretty cool, very pretty. This is a female. She's still around 80 grams, 90 grams. Like many ball python morphs, there is a stripe on the neck. It starts to form a stripe on the neck, and then the stripe just breaks. So there might be some other exemplars that have a more perfect stripe or more blushing, but usually on the neck and then on the tail, the stripe always. On the side, on the neck, we have the beginning of formation of little alien heads with a single keyhole, and then towards the main part of the body you have the alien heads just forming by themselves. They're pretty regular. I observe more single, how do I describe this, single keyholes alien heads more than double keyholes. There's a little hook in here. This is this alien head is a double keyhole or triple keyhole. This one is pretty cool. You're seeing it upside down, and there's a bit of this. Well, that's what I wanted to show you for today's video. The Pastel Jungle Spotnose ball python, and I'll leave this pretty one be back in her tub to digest her meal, and I think she is a pretty cool exemplar. I don't know when the Pastel Spotnose was first created, who was responsible for mixing these two morphs for the first time. Doesn't matter. It's not it's not the world's first, it's probably not the world's best, but it's a pretty exemplar of this double incomplete dominant combo.